We are back with another episode of Ran Out of Talent. I'm your host, Joe Zer Jr., and with me is Zach Donathan. How's it going? Oh, what the heck? My own comment showed up on the freaking thing.
It's going pretty good today.
That's a dork.
We just finished watching this movie on Netflix called Claws
Yep.
with my daughter. It was pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't really been watching any movies lately, but we've been watching a few shows, and I wanted to take my daughter to the SpongeBob movie, but she hasn't been feeling the greatest this weekend, so. And she's almost 17, but still loves SpongeBob. I mean, it's pretty cool, but
I love SpongeBob, and I'm 32, 31. I don't know.
yeah, it's so yeah. We went to the Mall of America today, and I got some extremely expensive chocolate as gifts. I think it's like 4 or 5 pieces for like $24.
Wow.
And yeah, but went racing yesterday at Dollar Hobbies. It was a good time.
I
They
saw
did,
your steering rack fell apart.
yeah. That just happens. I'm sure it was loose prior to the race, obviously, but I usually catch it before it gets to that point. Uh, I won the race. I TQ'd in one truck, but I think if it would have had to go one more lap, I would have been screwed.
Gotta check those screws.
I was rushing I was doing shocks all day long on my car and Joe Three's cars and just doing little setup adjustments, and I forgot the stupid rack on that car. It happens, but hey, TQ and one still, so I'm happy guy. Unfortunately, well, I gotta talk to Jeff about renewing. I was gonna do it today, and so they're out of episodes as of the
Hmm.
Dollar Hobbies episode that we did a couple weeks ago. Yeah, you had a hell of a time getting home from the Christmas classic.
Yeah, it was. My flight got delayed like 4 times.
Yeah.
Um, Still have no idea why. There was no like official thing posted that I could easily find. So eventually I did get home about 2 in the morning,
Yeah.
which sucked, but I got home. Um, Honestly, the flight was fine. It flew by. I downloaded a show. I was also like delirious,
Ah,
uh, because I've been up for so long.
I was getting that way yesterday at the track. I was so tired at the track yesterday. I know what you mean. I hit that delirious point myself.
Yeah, I forgot how difficult it is to race that many days in a row. Like I peaked on that Saturday and
Yep.
just it went downhill. I didn't
Do
have the
you
mental capacity.
do you almost wish you would have brought a 21.5 car with you?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, but then I wouldn't have had fun anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like yesterday, again, just a club race, but yesterday, if I would have only ran one class, I would have just been bummed out all day. I ran two. I was going to run three, but it's like, I don't want to do that to myself.
Oh, I wouldn't. Yeah, I guess if I ran stock, I could run both of them, but I don't think that would have helped.
No,
You know
not
what I
helped.
like? Yeah.
Not helped, but it takes up because I mean, those rounds were long.
It
You know,
wasn't even that bad. Like it honestly wasn't that bad. I had a I had some extra downtime, but it was like an hour, and I just hung out with everybody.
yeah.
Um, and you get to check all the screws in your car. You get to make sure it works right. But just driving wise, I didn't have just if you don't go to the track for a long time, I don't know if anybody else experiences this, but when I go to the track every couple of weeks, I can run longer events without an issue.
Yep.
But when I go, like it was almost been 2 months since I was at the track before that, and it just wasn't. It's like you taking a break from running or doing cardio or anything. And just,
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, I did see Zach Rose there
Yep.
at $1. It just happened to walk
Yeah.
in when I was on the track. I was like, oh,
I saw his picture on Facebook. It's like, dude showed up. He's like Wisconsin, like deep in Wisconsin, isn't he?
yeah. I forget why he said he was there. I
Yeah.
think he said work, but
Ron checking in. Got Onion Man. Dude, it was Matty G checking in. Yeah,
thanks.
I mean, yeah, we're gonna do a what's new at DRC, but yeah, you've done a lot for the entire RC community this year. But anyways, yeah, man, I need to do I've been doing a lot of single day events, and I am gonna be at the Clash of Champions for Mod Live Media, but I do not have anything to run on the clay.
I have something you can run, but not that you're supposed
No,
to run.
yeah,
It's not an
exactly.
associated.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's I don't have anything to run. Dwayne, check it in, but I need a long weekend event. And I think the next thing I'm looking at is the Iowa Champs in February at Island. They're installing the new carpet right now. They're covering the jumps currently. I'm really excited for it. I'll be honest though, I don't want to be there the first weekend. I just want to tell everybody the first time you run, like the first 2 weeks on new carpet is going to be terrible, and people forget that.
It depends how 2 weeks is maybe not. It depends on the laps and what cars are running and that kind of thing to how how long it takes to break in the carpet.
Sure, but generally it takes a couple of race days to get the carpet good. It really does, and then it's going to be good. The carpet they got, and for how often they run, and for the large events, that carpet's going to be good for them for, I'm going to guess, about 3 years. And it's going to be super solid. I don't know if they're banning sauce. They were kind of like, you can't ban sauce. Like you could, like Dollar Hobbies, for example, you can run tires that have been sauced previously, but you can't sauce at the track.
Yeah, I mean, you get into the issue with the whole. I get it.
Yeah, you
It's
don't want
hard.
they just don't want people putting wet tires on the track. And no matter how much you dry your tires, you're going to leave streaks.
For off-road? Oh, because they have like pins on them?
Yep. No matter what, you can sauce them. They can be totally dry before you hit the track, and you're going to leave streaks, and it's going to be nasty, and it's just not good. Donald checking in from Alaska. Matt's saying, yeah, it's the same carpet as PDX. So
he also says he's got another car. So
yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll definitely see. I'm not against it. I'm trying to make it in to the Airbnb Wednesday night because I'm driving.
So you got to leave like, how many hours is that? 12?
11. Well, it says 11, but I'm going to really book it through. I can book it through Minnesota. You can steal 5 in Wisconsin without getting pulled over. In Illinois, if you're not going 95 miles an hour down the interstate, you're going to get ran over. It is.
No, it's not that bad.
It's that bad, especially when you get into the Chicago. 6 or 7. Yeah. Maddie. But yeah, so I'm doing the math in my head, and the more and more I do it, I could make it in 10 and a half. Because I got to stop.
You're not going to stop for food or gas?
I got to stop for gas twice.
That's pushing it.
But, I've done it before. I made it in 11 flat before.
Yeah.
So I'm going for 10 and a half this time. Speaking of, so Joe 3 and I don't know, does Nick Williams own Crash and Bash, or is he just a big part of it? JJ saying piss jug. Oh man, we Matt Olson gets so disgusted by the thought of a piss jug. I was bringing it up to him in Colorado. He's like, dude, just stop. Just take breaks. I'm like, dude, if you
Yeah.
get a piss jug, then
No, just take a break, dude.
oh, it truly disgusted him.
Ugh.
You know,
Is he still in Abu Dhabi for the?
yes, I don't know. I was actually going to look to see how he's doing. So in the semifinals, he had a judgment overturned. So they went the distance, and the judges scored it against Cobalt. And then Matt's like, no, rejudge it. And they rejudged it, and they scored it for Cobalt. So they went to the finals, and I still have not seen any update.
Okay, well, they made it to the finals. That's really awesome.
It is. I don't know what second place gets, if anything, but the winner gets I think 150 G.
What?
Yeah, and that gets split up in the team, and you get
Yeah,
taxed to all hell, but it's a chunk of change.
I'm sure. Well, you're probably not going to make a ton of money off that weekend, but if you come out a couple grand, every person comes out a couple grand ahead for going to Abu Dhabi.
Oh yeah.
So where do I sign up?
Exactly, and that's the thing as well. It's I remember Matt got the phone call when we were at 5280 for the 128 scale worlds, and he's like, "What, Abu Dhabi?" He's like, "No. Wait, how much money?" And he's like, "Oh shit, but I got gigs." And then he was rushing around trying to figure out how they're going to do gigs because they had a e-bike motocross deal this weekend. And last weekend, I believe it was the US Open, had Adobe. So he's had everybody working like double time so he could go do this. But I mean, he had a, the Model I media team's going to be very tired because they've been working double time.
That happens. I mean, but that's how you get ahead.
Yeah, it is. Speaking of trying to get ahead, dude, silly season. I didn't think we'd have much of a silly season this year.
I'm surprised also. Well, there's a lot going on so far, and there's a lot coming.
So the biggest shocker of the week was Brennan Schimmel leaving. I don't know, leaving X-Ray or out at X-Ray or however you want to say it.
He's not racing X-Ray next year.
Yes. Now, so the new S-Works, I actually saw the new S-Works car drive for the first time yesterday, the new two-wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And the car looks phenomenal on the track. It really does. S-Works really needs an American 10 scale team because I'm sitting there like, where the hell is he going to go? You know,
I don't think he's going S-Works.
You don't think so? He's extremely talented.
Oh, he is. Yeah, but I mean,
but that's why it's surprising. Like he's out at X-Ray. I'm like, what?
You know, he had a pretty good year. He had,
yeah,
I would argue, 10 scale wise, as good, if not better than Dakota.
Better.
Right. Like, so I feel like it wasn't a X-Ray not wanting to sign him. Maybe it was like, hey, I want more money, or, you know, there's some kind of issue. Maybe different things behind the scenes, different opportunities.
Ooh, you know what just hit my head? Do you think he could be going to R1?
Schimmel?
Yeah.
Oh.
They have that buggy coming.
They do.
And if they want that real push and modified.
They have Dominic in stock.
Yeah, Dominic's just fine in stock. That R1 car is going to be a good car, and we've been seeing it run,
Yeah, I
and
saw it all weekend at the Florida Cover Champs.
right, it's going to be a great car. I can't wait to see it in the hands of your average racer to see what happens.
Mhm.
Um,
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things going on with that, right? So, like, it's R1's first race car. Now they've made some drag cars,
yeah,
so they have some experience in this. But I think the quantity of people that want this is probably going to be more than their drag car.
oh, R1. I want to say they came out with their drag car at the peak right before the crash.
Oh, well, maybe not then. But there's going to be a lot of people that want this car.
Yes.
Um, the I don't know how picky drag racers are about the quality of their products over time. Like all manufacturers have tolerancing issues
Yes.
and have just things that happen as you manufacture and produce them that have to get better. Or they wear out and just stuff happens. It's how it is. So it's gonna be interesting to see that kind of thing, and then are we gonna have an availability problem? Like kind of like how X-Ray used to be when they released a new kit. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't have enough available for like 3 months.
And then
It
there
was tough.
goes a lot of the life cycle of the car.
Right. You got to have that available. Hey, we're going to announce this next week. Your hobby shop's going to have them.
Yep. And I
You know,
do understand coming out with a car, an updated car. My buddy Oz checking in. That's Ryan Klein. Um, I do understand coming out with a new car every year. Everybody, not some complain, but truly, if you are racing weekly, your car is going to be shot at the end of the year. You're gonna need a new one anyway. So if
or
you,
plastics. And I
yeah,
mean, unless you're running like an associated or maybe the TLR cars, plastics are expensive. And even the
yeah,
TLR and the associated ones aren't that cheap.
no,
You're looking $150, maybe a
yeah,
little bit more.
you might as well get a new car.
Yeah, just get a new car. Then you have, assuming the models are similar, you can either reuse parts, you get updated features, whatever. You get a spare diff, set of shocks. You have a whole parts car if you break chassis, for example.
Yep. No, that's a real good point.
So, that's interesting, Joe. I'm not sure. I was gonna say Brennan's gonna go to Schumacher.
I was thinking Schumacher, but it's like, what position do they have? Schumacher is a more of a mom and pop brand. I was gonna say boutique, but they're mom and pop. They're smaller.
A
They,
little.
they don't really have that basher brand to, you know, keep.
Well, so
Go ahead.
who's Schumacher's number 2 driver in mod?
Well, it was gonna be Nate, wouldn't you think? It's not
Yeah,
yet. I mean, Nate's the number one driver in stock, but he's going to mod.
yeah. Nate's expressed his public. I feel like saying this is okay, but expressed his opinion publicly that he would like to run modified. Um, which I think is we can work into um that news later. But I kind of agree. But I mean, obviously Champlin number 1. Then we
Yeah,
have, I mean, there are a lot of good drivers that drive Schumacher, but
yeah,
like I don't. There's not like a clear number 2. Like if Champlin's there, he's like the fast guy there in
hmm,
modified as a general statement. Um, so it wouldn't hurt to have another top driver to to work with.
I suppose.
And Nate's gonna need. I mean, Nate's stupid fast, and
Yeah.
he was at Cleveland, I
Yep.
believe, and he got fourth in I want to say 4-wheel drive,
Yeah.
but then he was 17th in 2-wheel drive.
Yeah. He's gonna need time.
Right, and that's all I mean. Like if he can do a shimmel,
Yep.
if you will, and he can at the end of his first year of modified be competitive
Yep.
and like shooting for the podium consistently, I think that would be amazing.
Hmm. Oh yeah. Dwayne's wondering what about Tom Rinderneck?
Well,
That is
Tom's
a
an
good point.
expert, or no,
No,
Tom's a
Tom's a
Schumacher.
Schumacher.
Oh, you're right. Well, okay, so Tom would be number 2 then.
Yeah.
I
And
I had
Tom's
forgot about Tom.
he's so consistently in the A main, but I don't know why. I mean, Tom should be always in the discussion.
I don't know. I didn't. I mean, he wasn't at FCC.
Yep.
Was he at Champs?
I'm not sure.
Maybe. I mean, Tom's a really great racer, and he's super fast. And like at Island, I think he TQ'd around.
Yep.
And yeah, I guess Tom would be Schumacher's number 2 modified driver, and I feel like that plays a great role because it's really tough to have like 2 superstars on the same team
Yep.
for like regular events.
Yeah.
Like you kind of need the top guy, and you need somebody who can help.
Yep.
I don't mean to like, and sometimes that in that position can change. It's not like it has to be, Brock's always on top and Tom's number 2. Like obviously Tom is more than capable of going out and winning races.
Sure.
So I mean maybe Nate wanting to do so transitioning into to Nate here. So Nate left
Nate's out
R1
at
Works.
Yep. And I kind of wonder if he left as well because he will not be running the car.
I am unsure about that, but I bet it has a lot to do with R1 not wanting him to run mod.
True.
I
mean,
can't think of any R1 drivers that are mod drivers.
nope, you're right. You have the drag race community, but other than that, their bread and butter is stock. And right now, they have, I would say, the second or third best shorty out there right now, behind SMC.
So I mean, it's kind of based off of the numbers that I tested. It's SMC, and then the ProTech stock spec, and now
Okay.
apparently the new. I haven't tested the new EAM, but I heard they are similar to the SMCs. From Danny at SMC. And I don't know how much that can be discussed, so I'm just going to leave it at that. So you have those 3 brands that are going to be about 50% better than everybody else.
Oh yeah, and again, Dwayne says Davey Bada runs mod for R1. So
Does
you got
he really?
one. You got one.
I didn't know Davey ran for R1.
I'll tell you what, though, their motors are stock motors. Like they're the bread and butter. I mean, they're still on. Last I checked, I haven't checked in a year or two, but they were still on the V16 version for all their mod motors. They updated to the V21 and then pretty soon the V30.
Besides the can, I mean, what are you updating for mod? Like if the motor's smooth,
sure,
and makes enough power, like what are you gonna do?
I'm not sure. I am not a motor engineer.
That's true. Maddie, what would so for a Hobby Wing, if you're still here, when Hobby Wing decides to update their mod motors, because there's several iterations behind as well, like what are you trying to update? I mean, the Hobby Wing motor is arguably the best modified motor on the market. And most people, at least in mod touring, run the Hobby Wing motor.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that's really interesting about there's going to be some with R1 doing that. I wonder if that's going to be an issue for Davey.
Not sure. We'll see. Yeah, we'll definitely see. You know,
So I pit next to Dominic at Florida, and he said there are 3 production versions of the car available at that point.
right.
He he had 2 of them, and one was in the shop. So, I'm not sure. If Davey was going to go R1, he would probably have one. But it seems like Davey's pretty happy with the Team Associated car this year.
Yep. Jeremiah with the long comment. We'll talk about that in a bit. We had a local racer that, unfortunately, Dale Reiki tried to commit suicide and was not successful. He's going to have a very long, very, very long road in front of him. And yeah, we give him our best wishes, of course. He's an awesome guy to have at the track. I don't know what happened or why he felt like going in that direction, but and it's not just men, but it seems like people these days are 1 or 2 steps away from that currently. I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's just one thing I don't quite understand, but I hope the best for him. I hope he gets well. And yeah. And then he's saying, get comments to see if there'd be any support for following. Dude, track between Malacca and Brainerd. No, Jeremiah, there's not enough people up there that race, unfortunately. And that's the thing and that's what, like last week, Joe 3, myself, and my dad went down to southern Minnesota, RC Raceway in Blooming Prairie, Minnesota. It was an extremely cold day, but there were I want to say it's 11 or 15 entries. And I was so bummed because we drove 2 hours to go race down there. I built this little Reflex 14B. It's the classic one with the white plastic and the gold aluminum, cool little toy. It's like, oh, I want to race this thing and see how it works. And it was a lot of fun, but man, there were 3 heats. I was so bummed out. And that's the thing. When it's extremely cold and you have extreme weather, that just kills your lower turnout areas. It really does. Yeah. Before we get into more silly season, because we got a bit more. You know what I'm going to bring up, don't you?
I don't think so.
All right, I'm going to bring it up because this was kind of a what the hell moment for me.
Oh, yes, I do. Yeah.
Yes. So now this B84 Classic, and that's the dirt version, but whatever. All right, here's the deal. The white stuff is cool, but the problem is I put all carbon on my car. I really do. The gold anodizing, that's not hard anodizing. And if you're familiar with old school shocks, what happens is after a race day, that oil becomes milky and disgusting and whatever. That there is a reason. I don't know why they decided to go with the B84 Classic, to be honest with you. I mean, like I said, I like some of the white plastic, and I'll probably get some of the gold stuff myself. Just because, why not? But dude, why? Has the sales for the actual B84 been so good that they can do this? Is it
Maybe they're
cheaper?
so bad.
But I mean, like, I like a lot of this gold anodized stuff. It's a nice break from the blue.
Hmm.
But I don't know, man. Here's something that always pisses me off right here. Do you see that plastic horn? The car costs $639.99. And it comes with a plastic horn.
That
is
also they have blue washers on it.
Yeah. And I think they might have just done that for the photo. Well,
But you went all this way. You can't buy some gold washers
Well-
or some black washers.
this 2mm washer is the same
Yeah.
as the 2mm washer.
Exactly. Like you went all the way and then you whoops.
Nobody uses this blue ring that I know of. This blue ring, they need to stop putting that in the kits. I mean, I like some of the stuff. I just wish I knew why.
Well, can they put I mean when you have it's just 25 and 26 now? Or is there 3 spines still?
What was that?
So it used to be how many different servo spines are there?
25. Well, there's 23 and 25, but everybody uses a 25. I think KO might still be 23.
Well, like 3 people Drew
Yeah.
Ellis is gonna be upset.
Yeah.
Not
Maybe
really.
one or two uses a 24 spline, but
I don't know anybody else who runs the KO radio. Drew loves his radio.
so now, to be fair, I bought the Reflex Classic. Let's bring up the Reflex Classic.
It looks like that, but it's smaller.
Yeah, it looks like that, but it's small. Like, I posted a picture of it in my pits yesterday. Yeah, and people are like, "Whoa, you got that just came out today." I'm like, "No, that's not it." But the thing with the Reflex Classic, it's a toy. It truly is a toy at the end of the day. The B84 is a serious race vehicle. Well, whatever, man. I thought it'd be on one of the first pages, but whatever. I don't know what to say. Yeah, Matt's like, you fooled me. And I looked at the picture again and I'm like, oh, kind of does, like the angle, it almost did look like a 10 scale buggy.
The only difference was that you had your 10 scale buggies right there with it.
Yeah.
I was like, why do you have 4 buggies here?
Yeah.
4 vehicles here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's another issue I want to bring up, Jeremiah. So right now, the pros are running the majority of their car, if not the whole car, is a B6.4 right now. In Florida, there was a hubbub, and the pros got the vision conversion to where you basically put the B6.4 goodies and kept like a small percentage of the B7.
Mm-hmm.
And at Cleveland, the pros were running B6.4s from what I've been told, at least the majority of their cars. And which is fine. I get it. They, we all know that the B7 lacks. It's no secret at all. But what's frustrating is 50% guys like myself are still not allowed to run it. So this is what I got. And I just bought it for the heck of it. It's a fun toy. If Joe 3 has a friend that wants to come and race, this car handles phenomenally.
So is that a 14th scale? Is that why
Yep,
it's 114?
Yep, it's a 1/14 scale. I was doing 10 sevens with my wheeler yesterday, and I got this down to a 12.4. And I think I can get it down I can get it within a second of my wheeler when the sway bar kit comes in the mail. Because it is really, really edgy. But but again, this is a toy. It's fun. I'm not trying to start another class. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. It kills me in the summertime every week getting a hold of all of the fifth scale guys and be like, hey, are you racing this week? Are we gonna have a class this week? I can't do it even, and this is, it's not a passion car. It's just something fun to throw down on the track. So anyways, Matt's wondering if
Yeah,
we've got
I did.
to look. I have not yet. Jeremiah's saying the LC cars are 14 scale too. Yeah, they are 14 scale and they're pretty good.
I mean, I don't know exactly what I'm looking at, but it sure looks a lot like a B64. Like
a lot of them
has some inspiration from that, or an X-ray, or like it's somewhere in there.
You want to know something weird? Not weird, but cool. The new S-Works car is more of a Schumacher, which
I didn't get to see that.
Yeah, I saw it yesterday.
I forgot to ask. So, but yeah, I mean, they had a drawing or something of the car. I don't know if they have any pictures of it yet, but I'm sure they're right around the corner.
Yeah,
I think it's gonna be released here soon. Right?
Yeah, they announced a car last week. But that's the thing. So like, the fast guys are running right now. The fast guys in Minnesota are running either the X-Ray, the new X-Ray, which is a refined B6.4, or they're running a B6.4. It's a little disheartening that the team isn't allowed to run it, but the pros are, and I kind of get it. You and I had a discussion when I was on the way home from work on Friday that I can't, because it's a rumor. I don't feel, but I know that the top of that team is not happy with the B7, and there's going to be massive changes to that car. If it's not on the B7.1, yeah. And like a good example, and like my B84, dude, it's so much faster than my B74.2, but it's so much harder to drive. So yeah, I'm looking at the R1. The R1 webpage, they don't have the new car up yet.
Yeah, I was trying to find it. It wasn't on their social media page. I'm trying to find it on Red RC, but
all right, let's do a couple more deals and then we'll do what's new at DRC. The biggest one for me is a classic guy. Curtis Hustings retires from Team Associated after 50 billion years. I don't know. His dad started the company and he's worked there since he was a kid. I mean, happy retirement to the guy. Yeah, I don't know. I hope we see him at the track still and all that other stuff, but we'll see what happens. Elliott Boots out at Hot Race. Now, I recommend, and you recommended this to me, that everybody go listen to the No Name RC podcast with the owner of Hot Race. And
Yeah.
I've never heard a manufacturer be so honest about pro drivers. And he goes, well, all these pro drivers, they take. What do they give back in return? They win and they make a little report. But what do they give back? What do they give back to the RC community? Is the ROI there for Hot Race? And from the sounds of it, no.
Well, I mean, you have several different avenues that a team driver could take besides winning. Obviously, like, you need to do well enough on the track.
Yes.
You can do promotion at the track.
Yep.
For, like, we'll just say Hot Race as an example.
Yep.
You can do testing for Hot Race. You can be communication for Hot Race, like when you go to a track, hey, how's it going? If they have a shop or whatever, you check in with them, make sure they're happy, make sure maybe they don't stock the product. Maybe you're getting the product in that way.
Yep.
Maybe you're doing things actually working for Hot Race. I know there's several people that drive well, but also work for a manufacturer. Then you have kind of like people that have different means of advertising, like myself, for example. Like other manufacturers don't mind aligning themselves with other people in the industry that then they can kind of promote each other together.
Yep.
Kind of those are the other things. And maybe you have a team role. There's a lot of things you can do besides just race for a manufacturer to get more of a paycheck, but a lot of that's work.
Well, there is I don't have much experience with other pros except for Seth Van Dalen and Jared Wiggins. Okay. But Seth Van Dalen and Jared Wiggins are the reason why techno is so damn popular in the Midwest. And it's not because the car is so good. I mean, the car is good. It's not because it's indestructible, blah, 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 blah. It's because Seth Van Dalen and Sean Van Dalen and Jared Wiggins are extremely approachable. They'll come up to you if you're having an issue, with if they see a techno out there struggling, they'll come up to you. They're what a pro should be. And of course, winning's number one for those guys. But they also want to really help the community. Now, I've heard that the European pro culture is way different. I could be wrong, but I've heard that it's more of a nose in the air kind of whatever situation.
I think it depends on the person.
Yeah.
And maybe the brand itself. And I'm going to take Hagberg as an example.
Sure.
Everyone has either knows who Hagberg is or has met him personally.
Mm-hmm.
I've known Hagberg I know he could probably pick me up out of a crowd, but I've not spent any time with Hagberg. He's been very helpful to me, even when I have not been running the X-Ray car with Hobby Wing. He's always seems very nice, and he has said hi to me a few times before I could say hi to him at the track.
Yeah.
I haven't dealt with a lot of other Europeans, but that's my impression of Hagberg.
Well, that's really good, but winning's number one, but in an extremely fragile profession, you really need to sell cars. I would say, winning as a pro, most important. Number 2 is being super approachable and selling cars. Because, I mean, it's been a lot. My first couple of experience with pros was when I was mid-teenager, early teenager, maybe. I'm not going to say who, but pros were fucking assholes.
Yeah.
They were the most unapproachable dickheads. Like, you looked at, they're like, what do you want? What do you need help? Like, kind of, it's like, whoa.
You had to know a guy who like knew them, and then you could get help.
Yes. I mean, that's no longer the thing, at least not in the United States. And again, I don't know about
majority.
Europe.
Yeah,
the majority. But yeah, and that's the thing too. But he made a really good point though. He's like, what do I get for my ROI? And that's true.
Mm-hmm.
And the question is, how many times did, and I don't know the answer to this. I'm sure he might have done it a lot, but how many times did he go to a club race, watch a guy struggle, and slap a set of hot race tires on that person's car? How many times has he ever done that? Because you know what? I'm just a shit-ass 50% driver, but I've done that 3 times this year with J Concepts tires. Because that's my fucking role. It really is.
So, where do you think? Where do you think Elliott goes?
I don't think. I think he stays independent. Unless his travel money requires it, he stays independent on tire.
I bet he goes Sismic.
Yeah, that's not a bad.
There's so many tire brands out there.
There are.
I'm trying to think of like some of the middle, like not as popular, but still have good tires.
Sure.
Oh, maybe he goes to. Well, maybe he goes to J Concepts.
Possible. They're looking for They're always looking for a larger market overseas. Yeah, but his boots, Cam's wondering, is promotion a thing over there? I don't think they are. I think they're an American deal right now only. And Ron, yeah, he's seen sponsor guys matter at races. That's why he bought the chargers and cables, because of people like us. And we really appreciate it. But as a guy who, I'm a very low-level sponsored person, but my job is to help people. That's my job.
For the drivers of DRC, there's only a couple guys on the team now. So we refreshed the team. There's only a couple guys on the team that are on the team because they drive well.
Yeah.
But they also help people. That's just not their main role for DRC. Most of the team at DRC is on the team because they help people and they market for DRC. Like Joe, great example of that.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like I might be a large charging company, but I'm not large compared to I'm not, pick a brand,
Yes.
promotion, raw speed, you name it. I'm not as nearly as big as them. So yeah, but
promotion, isn't promotion and JT Bearing the same company? I believe that's that's what I thought. Cam's saying you liked the promotion carpet tires. It's good. I'm really excited because J Concepts is coming out with the new carpet, a carpet compound, a softer compound for, they finally kind of announced it. and I believe it's going to be called like a purple. But anyway, it's
Nice.
going to be for the lower grip, which is good. Let's see. So we got Elliott Boots. We got Tyler Jones out at WIR, or Tyler Jones to WIRC. Excuse me.
Mhm.
I mean, he's been on an island by himself before.
Yeah, I don't know. We talked about this a little bit beforehand, and there's only a handful of companies Tyler hasn't run for at this point.
Yeah.
Um,
The WIRC, it gets around the track. Maybe I doubt he could get help. I was sitting there thinking the car might be too different. Like maybe you could talk to Cav and get a good starting setup because Cav was there a couple of years ago. But that's the thing. It's like, has the car changed so much at this point?
I don't know. I think he's gonna work with I think like his main sponsors like Vision
Yep.
Racing Products.
Yes.
And so he seems to be pretty tight with whoever owns that, and so they seem to be always working on new shock packages.
Mhm.
If Tyler's got a good tire program, do you know who he does for tires?
He's
Let
one of
me
those. He's either Promotion or TZO, or because he
let me
was
see.
J Concepts until last year, and then he switched.
Let's see. Hot Race.
Hot Race, got it.
Okay, so he's good on tires.
Yeah.
So then, he's got the shocks, and so that's the majority of the car.
Yep.
I mean, in terms of performance.
Mhm.
So
Man. Oh, Mike checking in. I bet Mike has so much silly season stuff under his hat right now that he just can't mention right now.
yeah. Well,
Dude.
we'll find out if Brennan's actually going to. So Mike Winders is in the chat, and if you guys don't know, Mike has a large role with the Schumacher team, stateside.
Yes.
At least off-road wise, and maybe soon to be on-road, with a new track going in at Hoosier.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited to check that out.
Well, it's not going to be done for Clash. It's going to start after Clash.
Okay.
So, it's going to be, yeah. So I'm just not gonna. It should be good. I'm hoping it's going to be good. That's all the best. I'm going to make it as good as I can because I want to race there.
It's separated enough from the off-road track that there shouldn't be any cross contamination.
Not possible.
Well,
It's
that's
minimizing
true.
the contamination.
Yes, minimizing.
So we'll see how that looks. But
Mike's working on his MI9.
All right.
Yeah. And then all I got left is Nick Watlett out of Team Associated, and he went to Habao. And we were talking about that new Habao car, I want to say last episode or the episode prior.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for them to peek their heads back into a racing market, and having a wrench like Nick is good. Nick can get the car really, really good, but he'll be the first one to tell you he's a step below Profast. I wonder if they're going to be able to hire a pro as well.
It's
tough.
I mean, they're a big bashing brand, right?
Yeah, but they used to be a big racing brand. They were jamming and then Offna, or they were Offna and jamming, and it got confusing, but they were always Offna. But Habao, it's kind of like when Sanwa was Airtronics in the United States for so many years.
Yeah.
But it was always Sanwa.
I don't know. I mean, who's
They're making
there's
a push to race again, which is
I
cool.
I think you don't need a pro driver yet.
Okay. Okay.
I think you go, depending on how this year goes, 2026 goes.
Yep.
If you can get, so you got Wally as the top U.S. driver, if you
Yep.
will. I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll just assume it's true.
I believe
Then
so.
you have a kind of some 50% Joe Zayer guys and some
Yep.
Zach Donophans that
Yep.
are kind of like good, but like we're good like regionally and kind of fast nationally ish, kind of thing. And then you have, those guys, and then get more like regular racers into the car.
Yep.
And then once you have that established, then you get a top driver. I think
Sure.
beyond, the logistics and the dollars of that, you have to have the support system for it. You have to have the demand for it. And if you just go and hire a Mayfield to run this car, like, wow, that's crazy. But like, what do you have? You don't have anything, and you don't have a proper way to drive sales, really,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because winning on Sunday doesn't sell on Monday like it did.
No. And again, and Nick is that guy to do it, to build a team and build a local community around a car. He
Mhm.
is definitely that type of person to do it. And they need that around the country as well. I talked about Seth and Sean Van Dalen and Jared Wiggins earlier. If it wasn't for those three guys, Techno would be half the sales of what they are in the country. And
I don't
that's
know that to be true, but
no, it's 100% true. I've watched it over and over and over personally, and that's including Jared Tebow doing his JTP stuff.
I don't discount their importance to Techno. I just don't know that like you can attribute that to, like, I think for the Minnesota, Wisconsin, they're from, where are they from?
Van Dalen's are Minnesota, but Van Dalen's, so basically Van Dalen's and Wiggins are covering. Wiggins is Illinois, or I believe
Okay.
so.
So
So
then you have,
but
that's a lot of the Midwest. You might be right there.
those three guys are covering Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Iowa, Nebraska, Missouri, Illinois, Wisconsin, and I'm sure a little farther east.
Yeah. That's
And
fair. That's fair.
Sean, Seth, and Jared are extremely accessible. And if you have a question, Sean's got the answer. I'm sure Jared does too. Jared works his ass off, and so do Sean and Seth. But they work so hard, not only to improve their own racing, which, and again, number one goal, but they have answers for people then too. But yeah, that's one of those things. I think you're right. They don't need a pro yet. They will. I think they'll hit the point to where they will need one, but I think you're right. As of now, they don't.
Well, not only that, but who are you going to sign? I don't even know of any of the 8 skill.
There's always somebody.
Yeah, but like, that's true.
Now, anybody can win. That's another story.
I think you need somebody more talented than Wally.
Yes.
And,
I wonder if Wally's going to do the. So Wally, when his brief stint with Mayako, Wally Builds was going to be like a service center for Mayako.
mm-hmm.
I kind of wonder if he's going to do that with the Habao as well.
I don't know.
So, anyways, so Zach, what is new at DRC?
So, well, like quite a bit and not a lot all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been working on some things behind the scenes that aren't ready to be released yet. Um, if you've seen me trackside, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
And the short on that is we're working on production quality.
Okay.
The samples came out amazing, but the when we started doing pre-production testing, getting production run in order, the tolerances changed a little bit,
Yep.
and so we had to do some more adjusting, and then with the holidays in there, between Thanksgiving and now Christmas and New Year, it's kind of just taking a little bit longer than expected. But it happens. I'd rather have a product that is perfectly designed to be it's I make handcrafted products, so nothing's perfect, but a very good product that I'm happy to release versus a
Yes.
defective product.
Right.
So don't have the new shiny thing I really want to talk about, but I do have. So if you guys don't know, we do have a new heated lipo sleeve available. It does have a temperature probe in it, and now reads in degrees versus colors, because colors are hard, but everyone knows numbers. Smaller number, they get it. Bigger number,
Right.
is hotter. So that's nice and easy. It is powered off a USB-C, kind of. There's an asterisk on that one. So we go back to this production thing again.
Yep.
So if you guys don't know, there are like 10 bazillion different Type-C connectors.
Yes.
And not all of them work the same. So the connectors that I purchased and used with the production run of the heating elements were not the same as the sample ones, even though they were supposed to be the same. And so they don't work off of all Type-C ports unless you have an adapter. So we are offering free adapters with them. And I do have regular versions coming that will work like they should, which took a long time because the manufacturer was arguing with me that they sold me the right thing, which is not what happened, but here we
Right.
are. So yeah, other than that, same performance as you're kind of used to, except it's in degrees instead of colors for the heated lipo sleeve. They are available now, and it's a ready to ship item, so
Nice.
you know that.
I'm gonna have to get
And
2 of those.
they're pretty nice, Joe.
I have your
they're-
last heated sleeve. I'm almost at the point, Zach, to where I need a second charger, especially when I run 3 classes and Joe 3 runs 2.
Well, I have good news, Joe.
What's that?
Well, we do have chargers in stock.
I know. That's where I got my Toolkit M8D.
Yeah, they make another charger called the Toolkit Q6AC.
Okay.
That has 4 ports. I don't know all the specs.
I looked at that one, and it's a great charger, but I don't think it hits the amperage quite right. I think it goes 15 amps a channel.
Okay, well, let's see here. Well, then you're probably not going to be any better than.
No, because I'm charging at 30 currently, just for the simple fact to get the batteries done. Because you got to heat them for 30 minutes before you charge them, 20-30 minutes. And when I'm working on 5 packs and the round is an hour and a half long, the math isn't math.
Yeah, you need 3, 4 heated lipo sleeves and 3 ports. Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I don't heat Joe's batteries as much because it's not as important for him right now. Him getting consistent, and the kid's weird. To me, a two-wheel drive buggy's always way easier to drive. Yesterday, two-wheel drive buggy, he fell flat on his face. Four-wheel in 17.5 four-wheel, he took second place and he was kicking ass all over. And it's like, dude, I don't understand the kid. So
so we got the new heated LiPo sleeve in. We now have the Coyote X5 charger available on our website.
okay.
So that is the dual charger that I think can do 40 amps a channel.
Yep.
And it plugs into 110 volt. It does come with their charge leads, and if you like their charge leads, I know. Well, look, I can't buy it without. So
right.
Could
take them out of the boxing.
I could, but then like, what am I gonna do with it? I will say the margins on that charger are way better than all the other manufacturers.
Are they good enough to take out the Coyote leads and put DRC leads in?
Yeah, but maybe people like the Coyote leads. So what do I do?
Well, they're just weirdos.
It's true. The sheathing, the color on them is great.
I love the color.
I think it looks great. I don't like how they're made. The charge leads. The charger itself seems good. I haven't used it. So I can't really comment on that, but it seems like a really popular charger right now. So
now for your discharge bank, guys, does that work well with the discharge bank?
It's probably one of those things that I am going to have to message them and ask them and discuss how to make it work like I did with Toolkit. I don't know that I was the
Toolkit, it was how many software updates,
Yeah, well, the thing is they did make it correct, and then but they made it so you had to have an inline charge lead, and nobody was buying an inline charge lead.
No.
So then they made it so that they could use a regular, use one of the ports, and then it was fine. So that was better, but it took a lot of effort, and I don't know if I was the person who did that, but I let them know of the problem, helped them with the issue, and then tested it when it was available.
Yep. Yeah, that's the thing. I really like the M8D. It's compact, touch screen, and if you don't like the touch screen, it has a wheel and a button. But yeah, I need a second one, and the Coyote one's looking pretty good, but I don't know. So I won one of the pit towers that Jamie Thompson makes, and that is so slick. It really is, because your power supply fits in the back side of it, and then you run your charger stuff around, and there's a shelf for your charger. And I did I'm super close to be able to fit 2 M8Ds on that one platform.
That's not the problem you're going to have. Yeah. The problem is you're going to max out that power supply.
That's true. So I'm going to need a second power supply as well.
Yeah, or you need a 1200 watt power supply.
Yeah, Cam says I don't have enough pit space for another charger. I know. Joe 3, his pit space is usually his 2 cars and his radio.
He can charge batteries.
Yes, he can. Yeah, I was freaking proud of him yesterday. He broke a shock tower on his car, and then I was out there practicing, and by the time I was done practicing, the tower was off of his car. My dad was helping him, but he is doing the shock tower himself. I'm like, F yeah.
You know what, Joe? A perfect charger for him might be the M60.
Yep.
It's very similar interface to the M8D. It'll do
Mhm.
20 amps a channel,
Okay.
which is plenty.
Yeah.
And you can probably run both of those off of one charger or
Sure.
one power supply.
Yeah. Yeah. That's not a bad idea as well. I'll have to look at all the options. Um, yeah. Is there anything else happening? Because I've been kind of scrolling Facebook to be like, ooh, is something going to happen tonight on, but it's probably,
Yeah.
Brennan is probably going to announce tomorrow where
I'd
he's
be
going.
surprised if it wasn't at like after Christmas.
You think it'll be after?
Yeah, I think it'll be after.
Okay.
Unless Mike chimes in here and corrects us.
I mean, he had
Um,
a great year with X-Ray. That's
he did.
just
He had a good year.
it floors me.
I think maybe the only person that you could argue had a better year is Chase.
Yeah,
Chase had a good year,
he did.
but I don't know if it's any better. It's like on par.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's kind of what's new at DRC. We're stocking up for so if you guys don't know, all of the RC products we use, not all of them, a lot of them come from China. Like
Mhm.
I can't buy, I told this story before, but I can't buy my wire in the US. I
Yep.
can't, I can't buy a lot of the stuff that gets manufactured um for DRC in the US if I wanted to.
Yep.
Um and so I have to stock up for the Chinese New Year. So we have a lot of inventory. I have like stacks of boxes on my desk that need to be processed. Um and yeah, get into the queue. And then we have like half-made products that are almost done, but they need finished, like some of our amped up leads.
Yep.
And so that's just kind of what we've been doing, right? It's not been and some R&D. A lot of my free time has gone to this new product that had production issues and getting the heated lipo sleeve fixed.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you think getting a product replaced that you bought from like Amazon that they said was the right thing was hard, like you don't even know.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what's been going on new at DRC.
Well, that's awesome. Cam saying Evan Tapp looks good with his Schumacher. Dude, the Schumacher car is totally legit car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's. Oh, I'm looking. Cobalt took second overall because they had a lot of extensive damage in the semifinals, and they ended up second overall.
That's still good.
That's awesome. I hope they won something.
Well, you gotta have something for a second.
Some for the guys in the finals.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how many went, but yeah, that's awesome.
Do you have any racing before the Clash?
Oh yeah, actually, I'm gonna go race in a week at the lower level.
Cool.
So I'm sure everyone at Mike and the guys are going to be busy getting ready for the Clash.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a 5-hour drive. It's kind of a little far in the winter, and it's a club race type thing. Well, they have like
the same thing next week, Zach.
So, but I'm going up there for family. We're just staying another day so I can race. And the track's like 20 minutes from my folks' place, so we're just doing that, and I get to see all my buddies.
That's awesome. Yeah. I want to say the 27th. I'm going to the Crash and Bash in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Allegedly, it's 4 hours 45 minutes. I did the math. If I could average 70 miles an hour, it'd be like 4 hours and 10 minutes.
Yeah, but snow.
There won't be snow next week. It'll be fine.
All right. Well.
And that's the thing. We're doing. I mean, there shouldn't be snow next week. I should say that there shouldn't be. Um, yeah, nobody else within like 500 miles was racing on the 27th. I was kind of bummed.
So
So, yeah, that's what we're doing. And then it's the Clash. And then we are going to do a podcast the Monday after.
yeah, yeah, we're hoping to have a special guest.
That would be awesome. Yeah, so tune in for that. But yeah, I was thinking about bringing the podcasting equipment to the Clash because, again, I'm driving to that. But it's like there will be no time. I'm going to be getting there Wednesday night, like late night, probably driving straight to the Airbnb. And then it's going to be going straight on from Thursday through Saturday. And then Sunday's a travel day.
Hmm.
I
Well,
don't.
Joe,
Oh, go ahead.
I got to get going.
Yeah, I do as well. So I actually have to get some sleep. So yeah, Cam saying the toy boxes, they are open, but they're not racing. I'm all about racing. So I'm Joser Jr. and with me was my co-host Zach Donathan, and we have ran out of talent. Have a good night, guys.